So Prince William has gone and hired himself a crisis manager, someone described as bulletproof sunshine, no less, because apparently when you are the crisis, the solution is to hire someone to manage the mess you've made. Liza Ravenscroft, plucked straight from the fancy communications firm Edelman, where she apparently works, arm in arm with big names facing into their toughest times, is now tasked with cleaning up the chaos that William and Kate have themselves created by refusing to leave Harry and Meghan alone. The palace can dress it up as a non-crisis role all they want, but let's be real. You don't hire someone who specialises in boycott campaigns to sexual allegations to serious safety issues, unless you've got a full-blown disaster on your hands. While they're busy spinning the Andrew situation and pretending the Harry drama isn't of their own making, perhaps Ms. Ravenscroft should start with a simple piece of advice. Eye of newt and toe of frog, lizard's leg and howlet's wing. Because it's going to take some serious magic for William and Kate to know peace until they stop their obsessive campaign against the Sussexes and realise they are the ones keeping this circus going. Prince William hires crisis manager while being the actual crisis, the delicious irony. Prince William has plucked Liza Ravenscroft from the communications firm Edelman, a woman her former employer cheerfully described as bulletproof sunshine, which is precisely the sort of aggressively optimistic descriptor you'd slap on someone tasked with polishing turds for a living. And who championed this inspired hire? None other than Julian Payne, CEO of Edelman and former Royal Communications Secretary, a man who apparently stays so close to the King that he's practically wallpaper at Buckingham Palace. It's rather like hiring a plumber to fix a leak you keep deliberately creating. Except in this case, William and Kate are the leak, the flood, and the subsequent water damage, all while pointing fingers at Harry and Meghan as if they're the ones who left the tap running. Ms. Ravenscroft may work arm in arm with big names facing into their toughest times, but has she ever worked with clients who manufacture their own crises through relentless smear campaigns, strategic briefings against family members, and an inability to simply leave two people in California alone? That's not crisis management, darling. That's damage control for self-inflicted wounds. And all the bulletproof sunshine in the world won't change the fact that William and Kate shall know no peace until they stop obsessing over the Sussexes. Prince William hires crisis manager as royal family drama continues. Ms. Ravenscroft brings considerable firepower to Kensington Palace, having previously held senior positions at British Airways and Marriott Hotels before establishing herself as a specialist in crisis management for multinational brands and high-profile clients. Her expertise encompasses the full spectrum of reputational nightmares, from resolving boycott campaigns and navigating sexual allegations to managing serious safety issues and steering corporate giants through treacherous geopolitical and ethical risks. It's precisely the sort of CV that suggests she's been brought in to do rather more than handle routine press inquiries about garden parties and charity patronages, regardless of what palace sources might claim about her non-crisis remit. The royal family's perfect storm of scandals. The timing couldn't be more telling, could it? While William scrambles to hire crisis management experts, the royal family finds itself drowning in a tsunami of self-inflicted wounds that would make even the most seasoned PR professional break out in hives. Prince Andrew's sordid entanglement with Jeffrey Epstein continues to fester like an open wound. Stripped of titles, evicted from Royal Lodge. Yet the questions keep mounting about just how deep his connections ran with the convicted paedophile. Then there's Prince Harry, whose very existence seems to send the firm into collective panic attacks as they battle his media lawsuits, his tell-all revelations, and the ongoing drama over security arrangements, all while pretending they're the victims in this theatrical production. And let's not forget the health crises affecting King Charles and Princess Catherine, which the palace has handled with all the grace and transparency of a Soviet-era news bureau, leaving the public to pass through carefully curated photo ops and vague medical updates. So, yes, by all means, hire someone described as bulletproof sunshine. You're going to need industrial-strength UV rays to penetrate this particular storm cloud of dysfunction, deceit, and spectacular mismanagement. The monarchy as a brand. The British monarchy, known as the Firm, was recently rated by the US data firm Statista as the world's fifth strongest brand after Facebook, Amazon, Google and Apple, a striking testament to the enduring power of an institution with 1,000 years of history behind it. Yet this gilded brand is maintained by a surprisingly modest operation. A communications team of around a dozen people navigating the constant scrutiny that comes with managing one of the world's most recognizable institutions. As Julian Payne, former communications secretary to Charles and now CEO of Edelman, told royal author Robert Hardman last year, transparency has become the cornerstone of maintaining that brand's strength. People could see the king come and go during his illness and looking happy. That transparency has been so important. It's a delicate balancing act, preserving the mystique of monarchy while meeting modern expectations for openness, all while the world watches every move, every misstep, every carefully choreographed appearance that either burnishes or tarnishes the royal polish. The Palace Insider Spin. A Kensington Palace source told the Mail on Sunday, Liza is joining in a non-crisis-based role in the KP press office, working on the day-to-day press interaction Kensington Palace has. They explained further that her focus would be squarely on routine communications and managing the steady drumbeat of media engagement that comes with representing the future King and Queen. The appointment, insiders insisted, forms part of a broader strategic effort to create tighter alignment between Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace, a realignment clearly designed to present a more unified front as the institution prepares for William's eventual succession and as both households navigate the choppy waters of modern monarchy in an age of relentless scrutiny. Strategic palace realignment signals future transition. The hire suggests closer coordination between royal residences, a significant shift in how the monarchy operates behind palace walls. Preparation is already underway as focus turns to Prince William's eventual succession, with strategic positioning taking precedence over reactive crisis management. The connection between Payne and the King indicates strategic palace coordination that runs deeper than professional courtesy. This is about ensuring institutional continuity when the crown inevitably passes. It's a delicious irony, really. While William scrambles to manage the crises of his own making, read his treatment of Harry and Meghan, the palace machinery quietly churns forward, aligning Kensington and Buckingham in anticipation of the next reign. One can't help but wonder if all this coordination might be better spent on addressing the actual source of royal dysfunction rather than simply hiring more people to spin it. William's desperate damage control won't save them. The royal household's communications team now boasts experts plucked from an eclectic mix of professional backgrounds, British Airways, Marriott hotels, blue-chip firms like Edelman, as if a corporate playbook could somehow polish the tarnished crown. They're banking everything on cultivating strong relationships to defend and charm stakeholders in equal measure. A strategy that sounds lovely in theory but rings hollow when the crisis isn't external but self-inflicted. The whole operation is designed around one core principle: resolve issues quickly with minimal reputational damage, getting past problems as quickly as possible with minimum dents. But here's the thing they refuse to acknowledge. You can't crisis manage your way out of being the actual crisis, and no amount of bulletproof sunshine will make the public forget that William and Kate's biggest problem isn't Andrew's scandals or media scrutiny, but their own ongoing obsession with tearing down Harry and Meghan while the world watches. Prince William hires crisis manager as royal family faces mounting scandals, from multinational tech giants weathering data breach firestorms to pharmaceutical companies navigating product recall nightmares. Today's global brands operate under a microscope that magnifies every misstep into a potential existential threat. And the royal family, despite its thousand-year pedigree, has learned it's no exception to this brutal modern reality. Ms. Ravenscroft herself declares on her CV that multinational brands have never had higher expectations nor more scrutiny when things go wrong. A sentiment that applies whether you're selling smartphones or safeguarding centuries of monarchical tradition. In this environment, speed matters just as much as substance. A delayed response becomes its own story. Silence breeds speculation, and opacity invites conspiracy theories to flourish in the vacuum, where facts should live. The recruitment of someone who boasts expertise in helping companies get past an issue as quickly as possible with minimum dents suggests that Kensington Palace has embraced what corporate boardrooms learned the hard way decades ago. That crisis management isn't about spinning your way out of trouble, but rather about getting ahead of the narrative with transparency, accountability, and a communication strategy that treats every stakeholder, from tabloid editors to TikTok commentators, as someone who deserves straight answers delivered at lightning speed.